Hi everyone, this is Kim Ellis from Embracing Souls, and I'm absolutely delighted today to have a really special person with us, and that is Lauren McLean from In Birth and Beyond. So I really want to welcome Lauren today, and she's going to share some of her things that she's really passionate about to support not only women but their partners as they go through that transition through their pregnancy and beyond birth. So welcome, Lauren.
Thank you.
And we're so excited to have you here because we have so many mums and mums to be in our community, and I know that you're really going to love hearing from Lauren today. So thank you, Lauren.
Thank you for having me. I'm really glad to be here.
Great. So do you want to just share with everybody what do you actually do within your business? So where does it start? How do people come to you?
Yep.
Can you relate to people online, or is it just face to face? So can you just share exactly what you do?
Yeah, so I believe that all women and also their birth partners have a right to have a really beautiful birth experience, and then a positive birth experience, and then carry that through with them into parenthood and beyond. So I teach yoga, so you can actually come physically to my classes. I also share little snippets of classes that you can actually do at home. So really beautiful for new mums that, are time poor and, in the house quite a bit. So that's a really nice way that they can still be doing some self-care just for themselves. And you can also find me online. So on Instagram particularly is the main platform that I use at In Birth and Beyond, and also on Facebook at In Birth and Beyond. I do also have a website, www.inbirthandbeyond.com.au, and all of my classes and resources are on there.
Fantastic. Such a great thing for mums, because like anything, when we're starting to change and educate ourselves and, particularly when we become new mums, it's when we I guess beforehand we might have done things and really hadn't thought, but when we're actually growing another human being inside of us and when we're bringing this new baby into this world, it's really important that we understand about chemicals and low tox living and so forth. So is that something that you include in your programs as well?
Yeah, it is something that I touch on. It's probably something I talk about a little bit more through my social channels and just through finding connections with other mums to be and other mums. For me, this was a journey that started quite a few years ago, actually, well and truly before even becoming pregnant myself. Like him, I actually did spend years in the mainstream cosmetic industries using hundreds and hundreds of toxic chemicals on my body on a daily basis. I can't even comprehend now. I stand on a fragrance counter now and I actually feel physically ill.
Yes.
Even being around in someone's home, if there's lots of toxic chemicals, just sitting there for 10 minutes, I can get the most throbbing headache. And to think that's only one symptom, and also thinking, if my child is in that environment, how is she feeling? She actually can't talk and express that, but if that's how I'm feeling, she's going to have symptoms and a flow-on effect within her system as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess it's the same for me. I used to love those counters at the airport as I went off, and now if I don't run through them, I would throw up on their floor.
Yeah.
On the way through the airport. So it's it's amazing when your body starts to detox how sensitive you become to chemicals. And cleaning aisles in supermarkets, perfume counters, and as Lauren said, we get a choice. We're the gatekeepers of our homes, but those little children don't. So they can't tell us, Mum, I feel sick, Mum, I've got a headache, whatever. So so it's really important that we become that gatekeeper to our, not only our home, but to where we actually go in our environment and put our children or whatever into.
And I think there's a bit of a misconception too that it's hard. It's too hard.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I don't know where to start. But when you connect with the right people and find the right information, any start is better than no start.
Absolutely.
And making one simple choice at a time is a flow-on effect for the future.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so true. Now, also as Lauren's business, she actually is a qualified hypnobirthing practitioner, and I know that's going to be really out of this world, or not really understand. I had to do a little bit of research myself to understand what that may be and what that entails. So, Lauren, do you just want to share with us a little bit about hypnobirthing? What is it, and how can people reach out to you to actually become part of your program?
So just before we fully get into things, I think there's a misconception that hypnobirthing, or particularly the program I teach, the Hypnobirthing Australia Positive Birth Program, I think there's a misconception that it's this really hippie woo-woo, I can't do that because, you know, I might want to take drugs during labour and for birth, and that's not the case. It's very evidence-based, very science-based. All of us are actually in a hypnotic state at many different times just throughout our day, and we don't realise it. So I really believe that all women deserve to have that positive experience, that empowered experience. And for me, I really want women to go into the labour and birth experience feeling really confident and actually trusting their body. We're made to do this, but it's society and, you know, our conditioning and the media that makes us fearful. And a lot of the fear is actually the unknown or a lack of knowledge. So I share so many different tools and techniques. Think of your tool belt, that you can pull out all of these different things during labour. So we go through hypnosis is a fairly major technique that we use, mindfulness and breathing techniques, instant relaxation, acupressure. So we're talking traditional Chinese medicine here. So the same points within the body, stimulating certain points and certain hormone release within the body. There are so many different things and body work techniques that you can actually do, and it's very much hands-on with birth partner as well. So I think from most birth partners that have been clients of mine, they feel so much more confident going into the experience because they feel a part of it. They know what's going on and they actually can help. There's so much they can do. You don't have to kind of stand back in the corner and twiddle your thumbs and just watch your partner or wife go through that experience.
Fantastic. And I think it's about, well, first of all, it's about overcoming the fear, because I think so many people, well, I know for me, it was a long time ago that I had my first child, but I was really like the fear of the unknown, and how you're going to cope with that, and where you're going to be, and what's it going to, and I guess we're all different, but if we can empower, I guess, not only the mum-to-be, but their partner, their birthing partner, to overcome the fear to start off with, because, there's two emotions, fear or love, and if we're stuck in fear, that puts us not in a good space to start off with, and the anxiety and all that stuff that comes in around it. So do you teach techniques or help to empower them at the beginning to overcome the fear? Yeah. So hypnosis is actually a big tool that we use to overcome that fear. Also becoming really aware of how the birthing body actually works, and actually what things are going to inhibit it from working and inhibit the birthing hormones from working. We also touch on birth partners becoming really empowered to be the advocate for the space, because there's a certain point in labour that a mum shouldn't be interrupted. So in order for her to be in the reptilian brain where she needs to be for birthing, any kind of questioning of her is going to bring her back into a neocortex. So it's really important the birth partner does know what's going on, because they're the advocate. And I think there's also a misconception that in that birth and labour space you have no choice, but that's absolute crap. Everything is a choice from start to finish, and if it's your body, your baby, you have a right to say no to anything.
left, right and centre. And that's an important takeaway. I have so many women that think that because they're pregnant, an internal examination is compulsory. It's just not the case. So empowering women and their birth partners to know all of these things so they feel like, yep, I can stand up and be really confident in saying no, or I want a second opinion, or I want to do things differently. It's all about choice and what works for you, because positive for me, you know, is going to look different to positive for someone else. So, you know, for me, that might be no drugs. For someone else, that might be using pain relief, you know, etc.
And I guess that's so true. You know, like we're all different. We all have a different perception of so many things, which is fine. It's absolutely fine that we each have our own perception on things. And as Lauren said, if we can just take that power back to ourselves, and more so to be able to empower our partners to know, you know, how to support us and what our wishes are before we get, you know, into that thing. And, you know, something that I wish that I would have known years ago before I went through this journey, maybe, you know, nearly 30 years ago. So it's a really great thing. So, you know, for Lauren to be, and a great service. Can they access your services online, Lauren?
Yeah, so if for whatever reason, you know, you have funny work commitments or, you know, whatever reason, I do actually offer my services as like a Skype service as well. So you can touch base with me in that way instead, if that is easier, and also face-to-face in the Lake Macquarie area as well. Yeah,
so a great service that Lauren provides. And, you know, so just with this short introduction, I know there's going to be many questions where we'll share Lauren's links, Facebook links and so forth underneath as we post this YouTube clip and podcast. For those that want to get in touch with Lauren in birth and beyond, because how empowered would you feel as a mum, as a new mum, to be able, or as a partner, to be able, or support person, to be able to support that your loved one as you go through this incredible journey in your life. So Lauren, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate your time, and I'm sure, stay tuned, because we'll get Lauren back to be able to share some of her knowledge with you. If there's anything that you want to know, please reach out to Lauren or myself. I can put you in touch with Lauren, so that you can feel more empowered yourself. And, you know, because it's, as we say, it takes more than one person to raise a child. It takes a village. And how incredible it is to have a village or a network of people around you that you can know and trust, and bring these support people into your equation that can support you through one of the most beautiful times in your life. It doesn't have to be scary. It's actually a beautiful time in your life. So thank you for tuning in today. I'm absolutely thrilled to have Lauren and to have you tune in today. And as I always say, stay happy and enjoy yourself, and stay tuned for our next episode. Bye for now.